am I the a-hole for refusing to let my neighbor's kid play with my daughter?
Weird choice of words.
How you doing?
Yes, this comes from Low Professional 8244, who says, my daughter has been friends with the daughter of a coworker of mine since pre-nursery.
Fine, as long as the other kid is around the same age and not 45.
I have better candy.
That is correct. They were in the same playgroup, same nursery, and are now in the same primary school.
Okay, same age, good.
This girl has developmental issues and can't interact with others her age. She clings to my daughter and won't let her play with other children. She has bitten and thrown things at my daughter in the past when she doesn't get her full attention. The school is trying to set up a plan for her, but in the meantime, she has to attend regular school with no assistant to give her the help she needs as the previous assistant left. My coworker lives on the same street as me and is in a senior role, which is why I have gently tried to make excuses for her daughter to not come to our place.
Because she's a biter.
Because she's a biter, she's throwing things.
We got a biter!
We got a biter. I have outright lied on a few occasions saying that my daughter is ill, and I found out yesterday that she has kept a log of all of the times I refused to have her daughter over at my place.
That's crazy. That it reminds me of like that log that one guy kept of every time his wife rejected him for.
Oh, wow, I forgot. Dude, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that's
crazy. Dude. This feels like same end.
Also, it sucks. So
I will fire you,
dude.
If you don't hang out with my daughter.
Your career is potentially on the line, bro.
Yeah.
Like for real,
bro. When this daughter grows up, it's like, and the truth comes out, and it's like, yeah, we only hang out with you because your dad pays my dad.
Ouch. Which, you know, teenage girl years, that could be coming.
Setting up for a world of hurt.
That could be coming.
World of hurt.
So she came by knocking on my door to drop her off after a few hours, as she had heard from her daughter that my daughter was having a get together with her friend.
Bro.
Dude.
And you're not invited.
Oh, wow. I tried to nicely deny that, telling her my daughter was feeling poorly, but she actually pulled a log saying she knew which girls had entered my home and to let her daughter in. I was mad. That's an absolutely insane
violation.
Stalker alert.
I feel that could potentially, well, maybe it's not fireable, but it's weird.
Yeah. Do you report this to HR?
Yeah, of it feeling too, I don't know.
Too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
Get out of my face.
Let's see. Maybe there's even more like line crossings that we can use here. I was mad at her, so I locked her out and told her they wouldn't be playing anymore. She was talking through the door, demanding to know why I wouldn't let her play with her best friend. I told her I understood her desperation, but that due to past incidents, I thought it was no longer safe for them to share the same space, and I would let the school know that I was not okay with them always pairing them up on projects, as my daughter has always been the nice girl and done what the teachers had told her and made their lives easier by doing work for them. So I guess maybe she's also, maybe they're a little older than I thought. Well, I guess primary school, so they're in like early elementary school.
Yeah, they could be in early elementary school.
Maybe also the neighbor's daughter is like having her do her schoolwork and like other things, and just generally like,
because we know that the neighbor's daughter has had developmental issues, so maybe it's not keeping up with all the classwork.
And basically it's like a big burden on OP's daughter, and OP is like, I kind of.
But hey, if you're doing the work for two, you're going to excel in those later years.
You make a point hard to argue.
Yeah,
you make a point hard to argue.
It's like running with sandbags. You're going to be so fast when you take those things off.
Yeah.
And this daughter is like one bag sandbag.
Damn. I understand that she was angry and perhaps exhausted. Career exhaustion is a real thing, but I felt in that moment that watching her a few times a week for years and making my underage daughter her caretaker to be highly unfair. My coworker has 2 adult children that live close by, and she has children that are older than this girl from her second husband she lives with. Why can't she arrange between them or find her a support group? To this, she made a masked threat that she's good friends with my senior manager.
I'm gonna speak to your manager. I mean, go speak to the manager, see what happens. I feel like OP should speak to the manager.
I think so. I think now we have both like the issue with their children and a threat.
And get some read receipts.
But you gotta have evidence.
Let's get some receipts. Get some of this weird behavior caught on tape, so you can go to the manager and be like, I don't like what's happening here.
Yeah, I would go like get the door camera, like get a door camera to record it, capture it, and then bring that maybe to HR to loop the manager in.
Agreed.
All that stuff. I do regret it a little as this girl has no other friends. Yeah, that's the part that sucks here is this like this poor girl, like she's probably going through a hard time. But OP is like after years of the burden kind of being placed on us, it's not our responsibility. Which
years,
which I do think is ultimately true. It's just kind of like it sucks for everyone.
It sucks. I think it sucks even more after. It honestly sucks more that OP was the nice guy initially, because now his senior person's daughter is attached to OP's daughter,
and he's been taken. They took advantage of the niceness, 100%. The days my daughter is not in schools due to actual illness, she has no one to play with, and often after an illness or absence, her teachers have told her that they are glad she is back to play with this girl. It is a weird situation to be in. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a flurry of relevant comments to read, but before we do that, Sam, we've kind of already hinted at this, but I'm curious what you and everyone in the comments have to suggest to OP.
Is OP the a-hole?
Yes, A is OP the a-hole, and 2, your suggestion as of right now.
My first question is, has the daughter expressed that she's uncomfortable with the friendship?
That's a good question.
Because if they're just hanging out and the daughter hasn't said anything, and this kid isn't just an occasional biter, like maybe for some people getting bitten isn't a big thing.
Yeah. No, I mean,
maybe some people even like biting.
I think it's a great point that he should sit down with his daughter and be like, hey,
what do you want?
Are you, like, oh, how was the play date? And kind of just try to really like dig in and see how his daughter actually, because maybe also I think the other issue could be that she's too nice to say anything bad and she's like a kid.
It could be she's too nice, or it could be maybe she genuinely likes hanging out with this person, and OP is like
taking that away. That is such a great point.
Because I don't think I heard anything in this story referencing what the daughter actually felt.
I 100% agree, and I think that the OP needs to like sit down multiple times, because I imagine it might take some like patience and coaxing to get how the daughter truly feels.
Yeah. But it is whack for the work friend, the senior work person, to keep a log of every time.
Yeah, they are doing way too much, and they like, to OP's point, and is like empathetic, like, hey, they're probably desperate because it's like
no one else will play with her.
No one else will play with her. No one else has given her the time of day. The assistant that was there to help is now gone. So they have this several month gap where there's like no one like really trained, it sounds like, to help their daughter. So like I very much empathize with their situation, and that they are probably like really wanting someone to be there to support their daughter.
Yeah.
But that also at the same time doesn't mean that OP, and specifically OP's daughter, has to be saddled with that responsibility.
I think the other parent is the a-hole.
Yes.
For the list.
Yep.
I think OP is the a-hole if they haven't consulted their own daughter about the relationship.
Yes. Yeah.
I think neither of the daughters the a-hole, because they're just kids.
Dude, they're just being adorable and
being adorable little kids. Maybe possibly biting. Maybe the biting one is a little bit the a-hole for biting.
But honestly, like, depending on we don't know the full scope of the situation, but I think it's hard.
When is it okay to bite another person?
When they ask.
That's true.
Thank you, Riley. We got some relevant comments, you dirty dogs. Let's get into it. Commenter number 1. Document everything that happened, how she's keeping a log, what the F she is off the rails, her threat, and send it to HR to cover your ass. Make sure you include everything you can think of, keeping it black and white and professional, aka not emotional. Great advice. As for the school, call them and tell them exactly what you told her. That's also a great point. Get the school involved. It's not fair to your daughter that she's been bullied into this position at all. She must be dreading seeing this girl at this point. OP responds, the two main teachers they have in her class praise my daughter and keep putting her in a position of carer. I intend to talk to someone higher up, as I think it's about time she gets her own life and they find someone with the right skills to look after that girl.
Agreed.
Especially
if there's developmental issues.
Yes, totally, 100%. I was your daughter that was forced to partner up and play with a kid for a year before I finally broke down to my mom about how miserable I was. The teachers didn't tell my mom I was being used as an emotional support toy. My God. That's one way to describe it, for that kid, and pushed back while my mom put an end to it. It was hell for me. Please do advocate for your daughter with her school. You're doing the right thing. The mother being in a senior role at your work, I would contact AHR if I were you too. Not the a-hole. Teachers are harming your kid by allowing this and frankly, taking a lazy option over getting support in place to help the other child, and the other mother is stalking your kid. That is not okay. OP replies, I think I have let it go on for far too long. Did you ever forgive your parents for not noticing? Commenter 2, oh, absolutely. Especially once they realize they acted and you can act too. OP, thank you. I have already had a conversation with her yesterday. I think I need to have a follow-up conversation with her and apologize again for not noticing her discomfort earlier and putting a stop to this. I still feel for my coworker's child, but need to prioritize my own. So maybe we're reading a little bit between the lines, but maybe there was some sort of communication with the daughter to get a sense of how they felt.
Yeah. Is there anything that we read in the beginning?
Nothing explicit. I think I need OP says I think I need to have a follow-up conversation with her, which implies that there was
a conversation,
some sort of communication, it seems at least. Someone shares their own child's similar experience. The commenter says, thank you for sharing this. My daughter cried last night in my arms and told me how stressing it was for her to hang out with only this girl.
Okay. Okay, so it sounds like OP actually does know their daughter and does know that their daughter is not having a good time.
Yes, this is another comment. So someone who's going through a very similar situation.
Okay, so this is not OP.
Yes, yeah. She says that she has had a lot of headaches and described them as what I would know to be tension headaches. No child her age should have tension headaches. That is true. She told me that most days she doesn't look forward to going to school now, and I understand why her performance has dipped lately. She also told me which teacher always pairs her up with this girl. I am blessed to have a well-behaved girl that cares about others, but she thought wrongly it was her responsibility to look after this girl and felt guilty for having other friends. Ouch. I wished I had noticed it before and put a stop to it earlier. And there's a note, there was no consensus on if OP was the a-hole or not, but the comments generally said not the a-hole.
The comments agree with us generally.
Generally,
but the robots may not.
Is what it seems. But the robots might not. Exactly. But Sam.
But John.
You think this play date is freaking over?
It's not.
You're wrong!
I'm wrong.
We have so much more. So let's get into it.
I'm ready.
I am going to grab some more.
No!
On to the update, which is the very next day.
Whoa!
I know. I had a meeting today with a school because I had to stay behind for my sick child and phoned the principal directly in the morning to get to talk to him for an urgent matter.
Your kid is sick a lot.
That is true. Take better health.
Between the fake sickness and the real sickness, this kid is sick too much.
Yeah. How is this kid have any time for school?
Yeah. Maybe the boss person was just like, oh, I just want to keep track of your kid's health for you.
Yeah, like I'm concerned that your kid's not doing so great.
Yeah.
The principal asked me to come in for an informal chat after school. I haven't had a lot to do with him in the past, but he seemed civil back when we first enrolled our daughter, and he came to greet the class. He invited her teachers too. After hearing out my side and what had happened, he listened to the teachers. They said they understood that my daughter was overwhelmed, but thought it would be bullying if she refused to work with her.
Bro, it's not bullying if someone doesn't want to hang out with you.
Yeah.
It's called the social hierarchy. Get used to it.
I think that
if you're at the bottom, just get used to eating.
What a loser.
I think this is the school schlepping all of the responsibility on the child.
Yeah, we don't want to give any aid to this kid that obviously needs it, and we don't want to get labeled as bullying. So let's just get unpaid child labor.
Yes. 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 That's what it is. That's what it is. And like this poor girl's like education, like maybe her grades start slipping like the commenters. Who knows? Who knows?
I don't know, dude. Balance it. Balance it.
Oh man.
Preparing you for when you have your child.
Dude, Sam's into the real life immersion parenting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your child instantly has a child. Like you give him like a little,
Like back in the old days.
what was the old?
My
days?
dad was 110. You think after 4, the parents are raising those kids? No, it's kids raising kids.
That's true.
It's kids raising kids.
Kids raising kids.
And if you have enough kids, the kids raise themselves.
Dude,
You just do a good enough job with the first one, trickle down parenting.
autonomous
Facts.
children.
Autonomous children, dude.
My brothers do know how to play instruments.
Don't know how to play instruments
Do know how to play instruments.
because of you?
Not because of me, but my parenting trickled down.
What?
Exactly. What you just said, I tried to apply it to my own life and it didn't make sense. So that means your comment didn't make sense whatsoever.
No, what do you mean? It did make sense.
But I just tried to apply it to my life and it didn't make sense.
Did your parents teach you something that you taught your younger siblings?
Yes.
Then it did make sense.
There you go.
Okay. I used a bad example. That was my fault.
All right, I'm going to stop the pain and get back to the story, okay? Stop the cycle. They thought it would be bullying if she refused to work with her, saying that they rather my daughter does her best to include her in activities at school and then gets free time from her when she goes home.
Yeah, like a 9 to 5.
Right? Yeah, when she clocks off, she's good to go.
Your time is your own after
Dude.
5 p.m.
Oh, my God.
But when you're here, you're on the clock. You punch in, you punch out.
Oh, in other words, I didn't even catch this, but in other words, they wanted to put the blame on me for allowing the other girl into our home while wanting to continue to use my daughter as her assistant.
Yeah. You put her on the clock after school.
Yeah, she's like, we let her go.
Yeah.
We give her off time, and then you let the kid in again and made her go.
You made her go overtime. Yeah.
Overtime. Wow.
So you're the a-hole.
Ooh, wow, dude. 3D chess, 4D chess. They tried to praise her for her effort to include and guide this other girl. It got on my nerves, and I told them in no uncertain terms that my daughter was not to be expected to do their jobs for them. Luckily, the principal intervened and agreed with me that they needed another plan for this girl. Yes, they need to hire this other person, honestly. That's when they need to prioritize. Before
Fire her.
leaving... Paid child labor. Here we go.
Yeah.
That's even better.
John, I have these like bumps on my neck.
Ooh.
It kind of like, I don't know, feels like a rash. I'm not sure if it's from surfing or
Yeah.
if I have like an infectious disease.
Kind of gross.
Kind of gross.
little bit.
So I've been a little worried. And I
Yeah.
don't want to be worried anymore.
Yeah, that you shouldn't be. You should fix it.
And I think there's one way to fix it. It's going on ZocDoc literally right now
Yeah.
and searching for dermatologists near me. I actually just found one 2.8 miles away, has 4.91 stars, 169 views, and there's an appointment tomorrow.
What are you doing here right now?
I'm obviously going to go to ZocDoc right this second.
Let's do it.
ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare highly rated in-network doctors near you.
And instantly book appointments with them online.
And these docs all have verified reviews from actual real patients.
We're talking about booking appointments with tens of thousands of top-rated, patient-reviewed, credible doctors and specialists.
And you can filter for ones that take your insurance.
And treat basically any condition you're searching for.
The typical wait time to see a doctor booked on ZocDoc is between just 24 and 72 hours.
Sometimes even same day.
I use ZocDoc. We use ZocDoc, and you should too.
So go to ZocDoc.com/OKOP and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today.
That's ZocDoc.com/OKOP. ZocDoc.com/OKOP.
Before leaving, I told them that my solicitor would send them a letter on what had happened and what had been discussed, and in the future to not pair her up with this girl. I much rather they move this girl out of the class than my daughter has.
So OP does want to fire this girl.
OP
wants the problem girl to be removed from the classroom.
would prefer that she is out of the classroom over Opie's daughter being the one that is like her quote unquote caretaker.
Well, yeah, duh.
Damn. I was like, you asked me a question, I answered. You're like, yeah, duh, you freaking idiot. I'm like, you asked me the question. What's happening?
I wasn't saying duh to you. I was saying duh to OP's preference. To OP's preference, not to you. I love you.
Give him a hug now. Apologize.
Hey, you just got up to get a freaking piece of candy. No. I throw this on the ground. I rebuke your candy gift. I rebuke it. Here, take your meanie candy and eat it.
It was for you.
I'm fine. No. Lies. He literally reaches down right before he hugs me, picks it up, and then I said, oh, wow, you just have to give me a candy. Then he hands it to me.
As a peace offering.
I rebuke your candy, sir.
As a peace offering. This was for you.
No, yeah, right. Dude, that was so for you.
Why would it be for me?
Because you picked it up on your
For
way.
you.
And only
If I pick up flowers for my girlfriend on my way to see her,
no.
is that the worst thing?
Dude,
Is that
this
for him?
This is
that for me?
I am being so gaslamped right now.
I picked you up.
This is insanity.
Of flowers.
Bro, Riley, tell me I'm not
I
crazy.
picked you up flowers and you just threw it in my face.
I'm kind of in the middle, but
No,
what
you're
did
not.
you guys
You have to pick a
interpret?
side.
I literally went down, pick up candy, and said for you.
It was a little selfish, but then he called you out on it. Then you said for you.
Because I didn't have time to give it to him.
I don't know. I'm
It's up
suspicious.
in the air. It's up in the air. What did you
I'm
guys
suspicious.
see? What did you guys see? Put a poll in the chat.
Makes for a great moment, though.
I don't even want
pod
this
moment.
candy.
Now you don't.
This is for him.
Riley, how many times have you been seeing him popping the candies?
Not during a story, after a story or before.
You have been doing it a few times.
After or before? Totally. I agree. After or before. Not
I've seen 3 today.
Which
Anyway.
makes sense. They're great candies.
This is for you.
I will take it. Only because I like the candy so much.
And I knew that, which is why on my way to give you a hug, I did a second nice thing. I stacked my niceness. Anyway, the point is, I can pick it up right here.
I forgive you.
I can pick. There's nothing to forgive. If anything, I forgive you.
Oh, baby.
Look.
Well, now they're moved. Now we have no way of knowing whether or not you were within candy reaching distance or not.
How do you think I tore it and picked it up in the first place? How do you think I
Oh
did?
my God.
How do you think I picked it up? I
think-
moved them because they were in reach.
I think they were in the same place they were in the beginning. Not right now, obviously. But
So, all right, what you're saying,
yeah,
this is what you're
I'm
saying.
Yeah.
By me going up and giving you a hug, and then on my way, getting a lolly. That was for me, even though I could have gotten it right here.
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
How? Why? How would that make sense?
Because your
How
brain,
would that make sense?
as you were standing up, you're like, oh, I should get one of these. Immediately you grabbed it and you're like, damn it, why did I grab it now instead of grabbing it later?
I could have grabbed it anytime.
And then you were like, I'll use it as a peace offering. Boom. Here you go. Peace. Peace be upon you.
Peace.
We're good to you. I think that's what happened.
You are bastardizing a moment of pure beauty. A moment we could have shared.
Now you're eating the candy. Oh my gosh.
I am eating the candy. I was eating it while we were finishing our great banter moment.
Take another.
Oh, my watch. I will take another.
Anyways.
I much rather they move this girl out of the class than my daughter, as she made a few friends in this class. I also told them that I was taking this issue to HR, as it was a combined issue in both the public and private sphere.
Ooh, that's every sphere.
Dude, hitting all the spheres. Spheres like
Dude, spheres.
these little candies. No sponsors. I texted her mother and she texted me back. She stupidly confirmed the log and other things, including wanting to encourage my daughter to hang with hers. Oh.
Caught in 4K. Red-handed.
That sucks to suck. It should be smooth sailing with HR. Here we
yeah.
go. Solicitor was contacted before I went to the school. Solicitor advised to write a letter to the school as someone else had advised in terms of my child being bullied into being a carrier. A letter was drafted for HR too, and the conversation I had over text with her mother for evidence. I will be giving it to HR Monday morning.
Dude, this is open shut case.
Open and shut and close.
Open and shut.
Boom. I also sent my senior manager a heads up about what was happening in case she tried to shield for her friend, because she could go to the senior manager and be like, oh, OP is so terrible and blah, 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 blah. She's about to tell you a lie. Mentioned solicitor and how the case was going to progress with the school admin. She seemed to come across supportive. I have told my daughter to let the teacher know loud and clear that she won't work with this girl if they pair her up, and to report back to me every time they try to do it. We will see what comes of it now, and if the school will keep up their end of the bargain. I have a conspiracy theory.
What is your conspiracy theory? Is it that a simple Pierce offering was used as a means of self-aggrandizement and pleasure?
No, I think that, I'll use a physical example. A line was crossed not only in the private sphere, but also in the public sphere. Two spheres that have been crossed.
But what about the public-private sphere?
I forgot about that one.
The privately-public sphere.
That is one that I did not consider.
Okay, it probably doesn't matter, so we should just get rid of it.
I think that the neighbor is going to get fired from the job and take out revenge on OP and try to make OP's life a living hell.
How, though?
I hypothesize maybe they start going to like the HOA, or like parking their car in front of their driveway, or rolling their trash in at night after they roll it out. I don't know, like some means of like advanced torture, and then they're like
Advanced torture. This is what they use in Guantanamo Bay.
Exactly.
Not the trash cans going in and out again.
And they tell OP, right? If you ever want your trash cans to be left at peace again, you march into that school and that office and you tell them, I was running a fake campaign against my neighbor, and you should have the daughter back. You should hire the neighbor back and bring everything back as it were.
I honestly have a solution for the problem daughter and the parent. Just pay an actor to be your daughter's friend.
There we go.
Here we go. The family that needs the most money in the class, pay their family to be your daughter's friend. Then you're helping a family and your daughter gets a friend. Win-win.
I might be able to get behind this idea. Offer. The problem is if the daughter finds out that the kid was literally paid to be their friend. But
this is maybe a bad question.
Yes.
How challenged is this daughter? Because
we don't know.
Depending on the amount of challenge, maybe it would not be a thing that would be understood.
This girl has developmental issues and can't interact with others her age. She clings to my daughter and won't let her play with other children. She has bitten and thrown things at my daughter in the past when she doesn't get her full attention. So,
all right, let me ask you this.
Yes, I'm afraid of this question. I'm terrified.
You're in middle school.
Yes.
Right? How much would someone have to pay you to be friends with someone that bit you like once a week?
Yeah, that wouldn't be very fun.
Anywhere except your private parts. Doesn't draw blood, but leaves a mark.
If we're talking, can we make this scenario they just bite me and that's it?
They bite you like once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're not cool. You're weird.
Well, now I'm thrilled.
Do I have to pay him?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Whoa, geez, what a deal.
Okay, so all right, the weirdest kid in school.
Yeah.
They bite you once a week. How much? And you're in middle school. How much?
I don't want to do this exercise.
How much would you want?
I don't know if I take the deal. I don't know. If
You're
I-
telling me young entrepreneurial John wearing suits
Yeah.
in middle school well, you wore suits in high school, not middle school.
Fair enough. Your point proven. Point taken.
But you're saying you would not take a amount of money.
Dude, when I actually, so here's what happened. At first, when you suggested your idea, I was like, oh, that actually like maybe just could work. But then when I put myself in the scenario, I'm like, dude, this poor kid is literally, and then there's a kid being paid to hang out with him. Granted, I think
Okay,
it's,
but the other option is no one hangs out with him, or no one hangs out with her. A paid friend is better than a no friends.
I think they just need to get the new assistant
They don't
in
have
to
that
replace.
option. How much are you
They
taking?
do. No.
How much are you taking?
No, I
Tell me.
refuse.
How much?
No deal.
No deal.
No deal.
You're saying
I'm
if
not
you were
taking
paid
it.
$1,000 a week in middle school,
No.
you're saying you would not take $1,000
No
a week.
deal. No deal. No deal.
Are you
no
serious?
deal.
You
You
wouldn't
said
take
once a week they bite?
once a week.
Dude,
and they
yeah,
don't even.
I take that right now. What the heck? You know what you could do with that kind of money? You can create another revenue stream.
Yeah, if you invest
Come on, dude.
$200 of
You
that,
could grow that.
you put that in the S&P, 7%.
Easy.
And also, you started investing in the S&P in middle school?
When can you tell them to
Millionaire
stop?
The
by
Great
now.
Recession.
How long does this last?
I don't know. As long as the kid bites, which could be forever.
Oh, kids, wait till they're teenagers. Dude, 7 years.
7 years?
Money. Hey, time out.
If you invested in the S,
52,000
all right, if
times 7, dude, 364K for 7 years.
I don't know
fucking
where
do
those
that.
numbers are, but I trust them blindly.
Oh no! Every week. Wait, does he have weeks off?
No weeks off.
No weeks off. All right,
weeks off.
You're telling
52,000.
me you wouldn't take I would take $1,000.
That's how much you would get a year. That's a full
That's
job.
a full job
For getting bit once,
in middle school.
dude.
You know what?
Come on, dude.
Now I'm getting bullied
John.
again.
Get some fucking morals. That's what I'm saying. It's just a
You
bite.
would rather take a job in a garage than help a poor child that needs friends.
They need to hire another professional for this child.
You could be that professional.
You can be a
No.
professional.
I'm
You
a
are-
child.
You are the you
It's
are the
impossible
hero.
for me to be
You
a
are the
professional.
hero.
I'm a child.
How does someone start being a professional? They start early. They start young. Justin Bieber became a professional at like what, 15?
Oh my gosh, dude. Okay. Animal control gets paid less than you would.
Bro, stop.
Animal control. Getting bit
Stop.
by
Animal control.
animals. You get
Oh
bit
my
by a
God.
human. Come on.
And then not even draw blood.
$1,000 a week. Come
Oh
on.
my
$1,000 a week.
No deal.
No deal. You're a
No deal.
liar.
No deal.
You're a liar.
No
So
deal.
stupid.
In middle school, you're not taking $1,000 a week.
Oh my God.
Do you know how many Chuck E. Cheese coins you could get with that?
That is a lot.
You know how many
A lot.
Lego sets you could get?
Oh, dude, so many Lego
I
sets.
wasn't big into Legos, but Chuck E. Cheese, you got me. Chuck E. Cheese, you got me.
You do it, Sam?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, same.
In middle school?
Yeah, but what about now?
That means I would have one friend.
So, more similar stories from parents. This is exactly what they said. They said she is kind and praised for being understanding and putting up with her. They also praised her for helping her to learn to read. I know that girl has made progress with reading and math because her mother mentioned it too. Yet the teachers, the people more qualified and paid to teach her, are avoiding this girl. She has been violent on more than one occasion, and even though we are living in the greater London area, my solicitor said we can move on that issue as she is being put in danger. Does solicitor mean like lawyer in the UK? I'm guessing that's what
I
they
think
are.
so.
Something like that, right? Responding to the question, why no assistant? They had an assistant for her, but she left the job. That is what affected my daughter more. I mentioned this in the original post. The principal did mention that they would look for other avenues, but their budget is bursting. I know because in the past few years, this school has suffered a bit. The teaching assistant was paid less than what a qualified SEN would have been, but she left. Clarification on timeline, OP clarifies that the event itself happened the week before. I'm writing it on Friday and got distracted and then finished it, then posted it. The language used, we are in the UK. Called it, baby. We don't have elementary schools. We call it primary schools. And lawyers are solicitors, or barristers. Thank you. Depending on what you use them for and their qualifications. So we have some clarifications for in the UK. It seems like they had a person, but now they're trying to find someone. The budget is,
sounds like a bunch
crazy.
of things that all sum up in sounds like it's not my problem.
Sounds like it's not my problem.
You either pay my kid $1,000 a week or we're not budging.
There you go. Bring up the budget or we're not budging.
Bring up the budget or we're not budging.
I think so, but there's a final update to this saga.
Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about it.
Yesterday, I had a meeting with HR and the mother of the child was called in. We both had the option to have someone else sit on the meeting for support or a rep, but we both declined. Dude, raw dog in the HR meeting? Risky business, risky move. My manager, on the other hand, was made to sit in. I don't think she was very happy about it due to her workload. HR tried to make it comfortable for all, but getting a solicitor was the best thing I could have done. HR made notes and put it on official record that despite this taking place outside of work, they could and would deal with her at work if she tried to leverage her friendship over my job security, which W move for the company, I would say. My manager said she isn't very friendly with her outside work, but that she would like to keep a good professional relationship with her going forward if she remains. She backtracked on the masked threat and tried to emotionally manipulate the room by bringing up her daughter's struggles. HR stated that part of it had nothing to do with me or the company, and they expected her to stay professional at work. They advised her to put pressure on the right school to provide her with the right tools to make it through. They offered her 1 week unpaid, to spend time with her daughter if she needed it, and encouraged her to use that week, take her daughter to various clubs for children with special needs so she could form bonds with children similar to her.
What 1 week unpaid? What
does that do? Just give the 1 week paid. Like,
yeah, you're a big company that has HR.
Come on. I was not given an apology by HR, but they made her give me a written apology and a verbal one, which honestly kind of useless in my opinion.
An apology?
No, if someone's forced to apologize, it might as well.
It's toilet paper.
Yeah, it's toilet paper. I would rather you not.
Yeah.
My manager said she was happy with my work and would continue to support me in her capacity as a manager. I had a phone call from the school this morning. There was a small incident between this girl and my daughter, but they dealt with it and didn't want me to pick up my daughter so the other girl could see changes happening. For now, that girl won't be in class for the rest of the day, and at break time, the dinner ladies were making sure they were not playing together. The dinner ladies.
Maybe it's like lunch ladies, but the UK version.
Very true. Good point. My heart hurts for this girl because she is basically alone now, but I have to think of my daughter first.
If only someone would step up if they were being paid a hefty sum of $1,000 a week.
Listen, if they want to offer that, fair game.
So you would take
fair
it.
Game to everyone. It's fair game.
Why wouldn't you take it?
Is 1,000 too little for you?
Yeah.
No.
Mr. Richie Rich.
No.
Oh,
why would you take it then?
How about some silver coins? Would that help?
Some gold doubloon.
Darn it. Well, now you're talking. That might get me out of the coal mines. I can breathe my lungs again. The school has scheduled my husband and I and her parents for a meeting together with the principal, my solicitor, the lawyer, their teachers, and a school rep.
No, I'm sorry. You know what I just love about this?
What?
Unlike you, this joke never gets old.
You know what? I'll give respect where respect is due. That was good. Oh God. Dude, the day Riley turns 27, I am raining hell down on him.
But you'll be like 103.
His life will be torture. His life will be torture, dude. His life will be terrible. Just you wait, buddy. We will see how quickly things change as they are technically still in the same class. Thank you to all that shared your own similar experiences and helping me navigate this. I am hopeful that things will be better going forward. Dude, once you guys get in a laughing fit, You cannot stop.
I can't help it. Oh, man.
Anyways. Oh, and final relevant comment to close us out. Thank God. Someone shares their own experience. This is how she felt too. She was forced to sit with this girl at lunch in addition to lessons. She had very few friends. In the last few months, some of the other girls reached out to her, and she is approaching the preteen years fast, so it's important for her to socialize with peers. I am so sorry to hear you had to go through. Woo. There you go. What do you think, boys? What are you thinking?
Right move. Right move.
Right move? Same?
I think it washed out as it should.
He shouldn't have to like put that on him, and it's really sad that like going through all the necessary steps to keep his daughter safe and protected, he still feels that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
But you know what I agree with?
What?
Me reading this next story.
Let's do it.
Am I the a-hole for telling my daughter she needs to move out after she had an affair with our married neighbor?
Ouch.
And this comes from Stressed Out Dad 3. I can understand why you're stressed out.
Accurate.
Last week, I caught my daughter, 21, leaving our neighbor's house early in the morning. I was getting a drink around 3 in the morning and watched her leave their house, and she snuck across the yard. Whoa. And went through our basement door. Our neighbor is married and probably 30.
Dude.
I assume his wife was gone for the night as her car wasn't there. The next morning, I went down to my daughter's room and confronted her. At first, she denied it. But then she eventually said that she had been sleeping with him for a couple of months.
Oh.
A 30 with a 21-year-old. Big yikes. I lost it at that point and yelled at her, telling her he is married and she is helping ruin a marriage. I told her that she needs to tell the wife or she needs to move out. Honestly, not a bad ultimatum.
Yeah.
Not a bad ultimatum. I like that ultimatum.
Good adult parenting.
Yeah. She is clearly upset and thinks I'm overreacting. My wife is also thinking I'm going too far.
What? Wife?
Your wife is probably cheating on you. No, kidding.
The wife is also sleeping with the guy.
No.
The apple doesn't far from the tree.
Conspiracy theory?
All right.
It wasn't the 30-year-old that she's cheating on. Why was the 30-year-old's wife gone?
Open marriage.
Because he was with the wife, the OP's wife.
Oh, you're saying Opie's wife is cheating with the wife of the neighbor guy.
OP's.
You see what he's saying?
I can
Where
see
was
it
her car?
happening.
Why was he up at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah. Also, was he getting a drink of water or like a drink, like a glug glug?
Probably
glug?
some Gatorade after.
After we talked about what drink means, it's probably a drink.
Anyway,
Maybe.
I get that the neighbor is the main issue, but I'm really disappointed. My daughter, she knows his wife and has even babysat for them.
The classic
babysitter. Is telling her to confess or move out too far. I mean, she's 21.
She's 21.
She is in college.
Yeah, let me think about this.
I do think it's very important that the right thing to do is tell the wife.
Absolutely, the right thing to do is tell the wife. And it's like, what leverage, quote unquote, do you have?
Yeah, but maybe it's not like, I don't think I would kick my daughter out if she wasn't ready, even though she did a bad thing.
Yeah.
But it's also like, make adult decisions, have adult consequences.
What if it's like, we don't know if she has a car, paid for, provide. What if you're like,
or job, or she's still in school. She probably maybe has one more year of school left.
yeah, maybe I was gonna say take the car away, but like it's one thing to take a car away for like a high schooler. It's like, oh, take the bus to school.
Yeah.
But
But it's like she can just walk to the cheating. It's across the street.
dude,
Yeah,
you're
pretty
so
convenient.
right. I was saying as just a general punishment of like, okay, you can't drive around to see your friends and like,
I mean, yeah, like even if she's grounded, just sneak out like
as
she
long
has
as she
been.
can escape from the basement door, she's free. She's home free. Yeah,
This is tricky.
dude, this is really.
I would love to know what y'all would do. Put your answers in the comments.
What if the husband says, tell him or I will, and honestly, you could totally be bluffing at first.
Or tell her, or I will. Tell the wife.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, tell the wife, or
Yeah.
I will. Yeah, and then you don't even have to be serious. You could be bluffing at first.
That's better.
Yeah, that's probably
That's
better.
better. At least the information gets out.
Because what if
Tell the wife, or I will. Yeah.
what if she gets on the streets and then she's got to start OnlyFans to make a living, and then where are we at?
There are other ways to make a living,
No,
John.
there's not.
Yeah, dude.
No, there's not.
Sexist? Yes, there is.
No, hey, I made an OnlyFans too. Okay.
Where's
Just,
the link?
Just kidding. I was
Yeah,
lying.
where's the
Exactly.
link?
I was totally lying.
Also, I mean, if she's on OnlyFans doing it right, she's not on the streets. Like people aren't. We were watching a video of this OnlyFans creator, like $35 million net worth.
Insane.
Insane.
Absolute insanity.
How'd you find her?
On YouTube, do a finance video.
It's true.
There is an edit. Wow, thank you all for responding. I'm sorry I couldn't respond to more of you. Some context I failed to put in here. My wife is very upset. She isn't siding with the affair. In fact, she was cheated on by an ex. She understands this better than I do. I think that is a big part of why I'm so angry. My wife is also a better person than I am. She is the only reason I am the man I am today. Cute. I have too much respect to let people, even anonymously, insinuate that she is a problem here. I should have done a better job in explaining her side. Any comments saying anything bad about my wife will be met with an F you. Ha! Writing all this out and reading the comments has been incredibly helpful. I haven't changed my mind, but it's made me think about the situation more, especially looking at the future and my relationship with my daughter. I just shot a text to my daughter and apologized for my anger and asked her to go get a drink with me tonight and talk. I told her I'm sorry I didn't ask her how she was feeling. I need to get my composure back before my next work call here in a few minutes, but we'll continue to read and reply to comments as I have time today. Edit 2. Just going to put my thoughts here instead of commenting. Wow, so many comments. While yes, I may be seeming to backtrack a bit with reaching out to my daughter, I don't see how that is bad. She is my daughter and I love her so much. For those who think she would stop talking to us if we kicked her out, I raised her to be independent and accept consequences for her actions. It's hard to explain a relationship, but I know she wouldn't stop talking to us if we did force her to move. She also would figure it out, as she is a smart woman. She would love out of our house, not our life. I'm always her dad. On that note, this is the dad writing, not the mom, as some of you have thought. Also, not worried about violence from the neighbor's wife. Unfortunately, she is a very sweet woman, which makes everything worse. But I wouldn't put my daughter in danger. I confirm my daughter hasn't told the husband we know. I will be watching his behavior as I'm not sure how he will react. Last thing, as I find it funny, I was drinking water, not alcohol, when I saw her.
Yes.
I woke up and went to the kitchen and saw from the window, but I appreciate the links to AA. I really should have made my original post longer. Sorry for all the edits. I'll update after I talk with my daughter. There is no update.
There is no update.
There is no update.
Did
That's
he
where it
ever
ends.
talk with the daughter? We will never know. Maybe.
We'll never know.
Unless there's an update, maybe.
But I like our solution better. I think our solution is like a happy medium.
Yeah, I think so. I think, yeah, like after thinking about it for a second, it's like, okay, yeah, maybe not like threatening to kick out the daughter. It's too extreme. And kind of like maybe the daughter is, who knows what's going on? Is she looking for validation?
Why did she feel the need to go to this neighbor?
And I think that is a good thing. If you're able to like sit down with your child, like,
What's going on?
What's going on? Like, let me hear you. I'm your friend. You know, I'm a big, so I really liked OP's pivot and adjustment there.
From like walking it back from being like out of my house.
And this does not at all in any way, in any shape or form, excuse this because she should know better, but she is 21 making stupid young people mistakes. Yeah. And so it's like, all right, let me help guide you as your parent through this.
But I'm very curious what all of you would do. I would love to know your answers in the comments below. But if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you
And see you tomorrow.